Hi Taurus, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the period of July 2021 through December, the rest of the year. This is a love reading, but there's going to be other messages in it as well. We're going to do some tarot, a little bit of astrology, and then a lot of tarot, so I hope you enjoy. I want to mention that I did a collective astrology reading for the new moon that sets this period off. So you can find that in the description down below, as well as a few meditations that I think are relevant for this time period. So first, let's take a look at your cards to see what your energy is for the oncoming months. We have the Five of Cups. So you're getting over definitely some kind of disappointment that you've experienced with regard to a relationship. I feel like someone was not what you wanted them to be. Listen, here's a download. If you were just in a relationship with a person who was your friend before, and when you got closer with them, you realized that this person was not exactly what you thought, and you're disappointed by that fact. Know that. Let me show you the astrology, because I see it on the side as I'm doing this, so let me show you here. Know that when Jupiter re-enters Pisces in December, that's when a similar situation will arise with the right person. So if you're here and you're disappointed because you were open towards a relationship with someone and they just disappointed you in the manner in which they were treating you, this disappointment may also happen in the next 3 weeks before Jupiter moves back into Aquarius on July 28th. 2 weeks now. 3 weeks, 21 days from the time of filming. You may have this experience that that the person that you're with does not actually turn out to be as good as you thought. Know that this is a precursor energy for love that is coming for you in the spring or late winter of this year. We have the Queen of Swords next. We have the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo, Sun in Virgo. This is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy. Four of Wands, Sun in Aries. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, Sun in Capricorn. Lots of sun activity in this. Look, the sun here, and the sun here. Lots of sun energy. Okay, so let's take a look. I feel as though some of you really need some time away from relationships at this time. I think some of you really feel as though this is the time for you to relax and to get back to center. This will not show up as you being alone or lonely. If anything, you'll be pushing people away because you'll really feel as though your best energy is when you are with yourself and thinking clearly. I have a feeling that around you, this may not be a relationship, but there is some disappointment around friendships. Things like people speaking their opinion, disappointing you, and so forth, letting you down, you having hopes for this person, and then feeling let down by their energy. And so you gathered yourself, Taurus, and now you're moving forward in a much more confident way, recognizing that the environment in which you were in, specifically friendship, was not conducive to you feeling good. And rather than feeling subjugated by that, trapped in it, you're actually rising above and demanding more in your life. So it's a very empowered sort of energy. The core energy is really you working on yourself and working on yourself financially. You have a wonderful transit to do with money that I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, really good time for work. In fact, I'm not saying there isn't love here, but the emphasis in your chart for the next 6 months is your own accomplishments. And in times when I was, heavy in school, I went to school a lot for a long time, or at times when I was really busy with the channel or something, there wasn't so much room in my life for other people, and you'll feel that same level of busyness that will keep you from being receptive to other people, having time for people, and so forth. And then also, I think you'll be feeling somewhat fragile from the disappointments. We've all had a friend who we were very excited about. We met somebody great. Everything felt like it was a perfect connection. And then, for whatever reason, the truth came out. They're not as great as they say they are. They believe certain things that are very just not appealing. And then we realize how much time we've wasted towards this person who's not even worth it, who's not even of a positive vibration. I'm not saying this is happening, but I think that many of you are coming into this phase, into this 6-month period, feeling that from somebody, feeling that from somebody else, feeling that this person, that you wasted time on people who didn't deserve your time in the first place. And so that will motivate you to be very selective in terms of how you keep your company. You're not alone, though. 4 of Wands is the marriage card. So, hey, girl, hey, congratulations. And if you're in a relationship with someone, particularly masculine energy, this could be a signal of moving in with someone, getting married. If you are of a masculine frequency, you might be very much thinking about family, building a family, and so forth. You might have the right people around you, the right person with whom you can think that way. And it's also true that with this 4 of Wands in this position, I feel like if you're in a relationship with a man, that could be really progressing towards some nice stability for you. I think that if this is the case, whether you're single or in a couple, if you're thinking about building a home, building a family at this time, if this is something that's a priority for you, then you'll be actually quite conservative through the fall financially. I don't think that you're going to be ready to throw your money around or try a million different things. I think you're going to be quite careful with where your money's going and kind of really thinking about how to get enough money in the right direction. Okay, so let's take a look at your chart. So I wanted to show you the chart today, not only to give you a brief overview, but to tell you where this love energy starts, because it starts in July. So if you're watching in July, pay attention. If you're watching after July, pay attention and look back at what happened in July, and you will see a pattern. The first major transit is the new moon in Cancer. I'm actually doing this as a tribute to the new moon in Cancer because I felt like this energy was very complementary to this transit. So new moon in Cancer in your 3rd house. You're beginning new things at the foundation. You've learned your lessons, especially about relationships, and I think you have recentered in yourself. And with this new moon, you're initiating a new direction. There's also a conjunction here in the 3rd house in Cancer on July 5th through the 9th, so at the time that I'm filming this. And this is between the Sun and the fixed star Sirius, and that also is giving this initiating energy towards the goals that we want and the things we want to achieve for ourselves from a heart-centered place. So what does your heart want? Where do you want to go? What is your passion? Who do you want to be with? Not necessarily goals to do with money and achievement, more to do with goals to do with lifestyle and quality of life sort of questions. So these 2 transits are happening in mid-July. And then we have the conjunction between Venus and Mars that happens on July 13th in Leo. That's your 4th house. Again, a big home and family sort of transit. So home and family is heating up for you, Taurus. This transit continues right until March of next year, when they will form conjunctions in Capricorn and into Aquarius at the top of your chart. I think your transit of Venus and Mars is probably one of the most dramatic, which means that whatever's happening around the home in July will grow and manifest in some outward expression. You're going to take a step into the world in some way in the next 6 months, especially around family and love. The fourth and final transit that I'll just briefly touch on here, everything's in detail in the collective astrology, is the North Node conjunction with Aldebaran. This is with us all of July. I believe this is one of the biggest transits of the year. It focuses on our direction, gives us clarity of vision. We can see this around the internet. People are really bang on with their frequency. They know where they're going. They know what they want. They have that focus regained. And so with the North Node in the second house, this is your money transit. Whatever started in June and May would have been highly connected to this transit. So you may want to look back to those months to see how things started and where they begin. However, you may also start, so I think they're cleaning the street, sorry. But however, it's still relevant in July and moving forward. So financial opportunities, breaks, saving money so that you can use it for later and taking it in a new direction. All of these things are giving you opportunities now throughout 2021 in the latter part of the year. So it's like you're open to love, but there's some contingencies, there's some limits to what you're willing to take. You're not willing to waste time on people, and I think you're quite conservative with money. You have your goals, you have your ambitions, you have yourself at the forefront, and you're not willing to jeopardize that for anyone in any situation. And provided that situation complies to those aspects of yourself that you really need to have filled, taking care of yourself in these ways, then I think you'll be very happy in relationships and interactions with others of a romantic nature. Let's take a look at more tarot. So we have the Page of Wands, a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries, possibly energy. You could have a family member who's quite youthful, who's bringing you a lot of positive energy into your life. I could see this as a younger cousin or a niece who's an adult showing up with vitality and energy and bringing light into your life. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but this person is a firecracker. They bring in a lot of positive energy. We have the Three of Cups, reunions. So whoever you've left behind, they're going to come back. They're going to want your attention again in one shape or matter. If I were to sort of take a shot at it, I think they're going to have to really change their behavior for you to be open and receptive to speaking with them again. I feel like they're coming in like nothing happened. They could butter you up. They could send you some, what is going on? They could send in some like really kind of enticing energy. Maybe not love bombing, because that's quite a toxic version of this extreme, but definitely sweetening the deal for you and trying to overshadow any transgressions that they have shown you in the past. So if you were dealing with someone with whom there was wasted your time or was inconsiderate of your feelings, especially, this person I think will come back in. And they could come in because they see you sort of shining. They see you in a good place. And so, like raccoons attracted to shiny things, right? Okay, the next card is the Nine of Pentacles. You're going in a wonderful direction financially. I think that things are sort of, things are sort of stacked for you in a good way financially. I feel like there is... you've invested good money in a good direction, and I also feel as though you've invested money in a good direction, and I feel like more is at stake. That's what I was trying to point out. I think that at this time that you have something that you value, you're not necessarily so willing to pass it up or give it away or risk it anymore. There's especially material things at stake, your prosperity, your success, and I see you as very much guarding that from anybody who's around you at this time. So no, when you have a romance, you're like, hey, wait a minute, is this actually good for me? So you have that stop there. Towards other people. We have the Ten of Swords. I think that you have a very sharp mind through the fall, Taurus. I feel like you're not necessarily willing to buy other people's BS. And I think that you have this very, very distinct way of looking at things, even at the cost of being alone sometimes, because you see things for what they are. Now, if you're in a relationship that's getting closer, it looks as though a situation that has happened between you and the other person is definitely on the decline. So a negative situation that was bringing distance between you and your person is now being resolved, but I think it's going to take time, and I think that it's going to take some degree of separation. That doesn't mean you're going to be separate from each other in terms of the relationship, but maybe like 2 rooms of the same house, spending more time a little bit separate, quietly thinking about things, giving room to each other to breathe. Then we have the star, beautiful star in this card. So something faded is coming your way. I would really encourage you to watch out for Aquarian energy. This could actually mean that there's a breakthrough in your career. I think you have a very lucky end of the year financially and in terms of career. Again, something could be pulling you out of your relationships and out of all of these things because something so enticing and so valuable is in your life in terms of career. Specifically, the things that you've worked on very hard are going to be in your vicinity, wanting your attention. They're going to be producing positive results that you're going to want to pursue and attain. So look in your environment, and that could completely overshadow, personal relationships. Not in terms, let's say it straight. If you're dating and in casual relationships, I think those relationships will take a hit because I think you simply will not have so much time to devote to those relationships and invest in them. However, if you're within a relationship, I think your partner has your back, and I think that they're just as excited for your success as you are. So there's no problem there. Okay, so here is the next message, 5 of Pentacles. I feel as though if you are with a partner, there's a lot of reciprocity around you at this time. What you've given to others, they're giving to you, such as consideration, encouragement. The person with whom you had this situation in which they in some way, they just did not measure up on an emotional level. I think they recognize very much, Taurus, about how their behavior had an effect on you, and they want to come back. It's almost like when you say the wrong thing to the right person at the wrong time, and it makes the situation so defined. It's like, how can you look past the things that were said that were sort of destructive or destructive? You can't look past certain things, and this person really wants to try. This person really wants to reconnect, but I feel like certain things were said and done that makes it very hard to look past now that they have. Okay, so the next message is the 2 of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is Venus in Cancer, and so I feel like a lot of love coming. I think that like as you're stepping into yourself, you're attracting attention from the people around you. I don't see so much in the way of new people. That's just happened in your life. Lots of new people, lots of friends. But I feel like there's a lot of energy of people that you know with whom you've already maybe not started a relationship, but there is some connection there. Those are growing. And I think that those feelings are continual. Also, I feel like people are coming back into your life at this time. And I feel like people with whom you have this one, there's a great desire from others towards you. They want your attention. Whoever, it might be one person, it might be several, but they're really showing up at this time. The next message is the Lovers, which is the Gemini energy, the North Node. So it's like, yes, good things are happening around you, but your goals and your financial goals are so necessary. And I think that you say no to other relationships because you have priorities that you are dealing with, that you want to embrace, that are so important to you at this time. Then we have Temperance, Sagittarius. Wow, okay. So in this position, very careful approach to things. You could be meeting somebody very special. So here's a download. You could be dealing with a past situation early on in this transit, but as the time goes on, you become fiercely independent. As the fall and into winter begins, you could actually potentially meet a new person. And this is the funny part. The things you are not willing to accept for others, wasting time, taking it easy. And by wasting time in this context, I don't mean as like a bad version of that. I mean just like having fun and doing non-consequential things. The things that started becoming irritable to you in past relationships, that you said, oh, I can't invest my time in this. This is not leading to anything. This is non-consequential. You might meet someone with whom you find yourself doing these things with no problem, such as going for walks with no destination, Netflix and chill, all those sorts of things. I feel as though you're drawn towards someone, very likely an air sign person, or a person who has some air qualities, maybe some fire energy, but definitely air comes through very strong. Take your time with this person, but this is something that I see coming up for you in the latter part of the year. I feel like there's this tantalizing frequency of, I don't know, just a mysterious person that you can't get enough of. That's what it feels like. Like they're sort of, they get under your skin a certain way, and all of the things you said you wouldn't do, I see you reaching towards. Then we have the Sun. This is the first time this card came up. I think that this is a very lucky time for you. In your exuberance and joy of being in this situation, make sure that you're not actually not paying attention to the things that you need to take care of. Just take it one step at a time. Let's see the next message. We have the High Priestess. And so, listen, some of you Tauruses, did you watch a tarot card reading or an astrology reading or get a private reading with someone that made you feel very wary about where things are going? I have a sense that you were inadvertently cursed. I don't think it's intentional. I don't know, actually. But the point is that I think that someone said something that was almost like, it's almost like the evil eye, but not intentional, which is when someone initiates something, gives you some kind of idea about something. They may say it with even decent intentions, but it just rubs you the wrong way and makes you worried and it makes you anxious. I think that there's some kind of a prophecy that lingers over your head. It doesn't have to be a psychic. It could be your mother or someone just friendly to you saying something that just struck you the wrong way, something that you're worried about. You can't shake the feeling, and it's always there. I have a feeling that at this time you're going to finally move past that. So maybe you're worried you'll never get your master's degree, and finally you take the steps to get it, or you finally finalize it. Or you're worried that as you get older you'll not be attractive to the opposite gender. And so maybe at this time you will also realize that that's a construct that's not necessary. So you're definitely breaking through some kind of worry energy, worry or anxiety about where things are going or how they've been. The next message is the Strength card, which is Leo. Okay, so Leos are coming up strong. Fire and air is coming strong for you, Taurus. Look at this go. Passion, connection. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not someone reaching out to you for your attention, and they're showing you a lot of love. They want you in their life. They are showing a good time. There's a good connection between you and them. There's a lot of conversations about the past. There's a lot of passion being shared. They're telling you things like lusty things, passionate things. They want you to know how they feel. The next message is the Eight of Swords. And so there's a little bit of self-doubt as you push forward in this direction. This is more of a financial worry that you keep having because you want to take the next step and you're not sure if that's the right path. I have a feeling that you're interacting in a relationship with someone, especially if they have Gemini transits, that you're really drawn to, but there's certain apprehensions there. You're worried about whether or not this situation is going to be the way you want it to be. Maybe you're worried that they're an air sign and you're an earth sign. That's a little bit less compatible astrologically. But the whole picture is that this connection is sound. This connection is good. And I think that that's going to be dispelled. Your worries and anxieties about a person or a situation that you're thinking about or you're thinking about being with. We have the Ace of Swords. An important communication is coming to you in the latter part of the year. An invitation. I could see you really just being somewhere and relaxing and meeting someone and having an insane crush on someone. You really like them in a public space with a lot of people, a lot of circumstances. And I think that there's this connection, and I think that you'll receive some form of communication from them to invite you, to bring you positivity, to there's a draw from you to them, and so there is this communication that comes to you that opens new possibilities. So this might be even later on into the fall, but I mean, we communicate all the time, but sometimes these communications have special meaning, and I think there's a special communication coming your way. Page of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, beginning a new path, going on a new path. I have a feeling that, especially if you're single, you might be saying no to one person and then really beginning some type of relationship with someone new. And the ironic thing, like I said, is this person who you're leaving behind had all the qualities of wasting time that are not cute. They were just not nice. But this person who's coming in has all these beautiful qualities of love and embracing beauty and positivity. And you could waste a whole weekend with them and not think twice because they bring value. They're just a very beautiful person, very soft energy. This person is much more in your face, much more lusty, much more drinking, and let's eat a lot of food, like a lot of anxious energy. And this person here is very relaxed and easy and not worried about things and taking it as it comes and all these energies. In fact, as I'm looking at this, maybe this is your change. Maybe you have been anxiously approaching life and love and wanting to like re-grasp the past, worried about the past, always trying for showmanship and passion and just really an overbearing frequency. And maybe you're actually shifting to a much more serene and just flow with the energy and allowing your frequency to get much softer in the latter part of the year. So maybe this is you or someone around you. Well, look at this. We have the Six of Cups. So again, there's some signals here that there's someone from the past who's returning into your life. I question whether or not that someone could re-enter into your life, but I feel like many of you are going to choose a way forward with someone new. I feel like new, fresh, new experiences, maybe make peace with someone in the past or have gratitude for the past, but really thinking forward. Let's take a look at your dice for the upcoming 6 months. These are important signs you may want to pay attention to. So we have Capricorn is important, and then Pisces is important for the latter part of the year. So Pisces and Capricorn for you, Taurus, both very compatible signs. And I wish for you guys all the best. I'll do more readings soon. Thank you for coming and checking out the video. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. Take care. Bye.